Okay, so we were just finishing off this example. I had said that 0.5 times 8 is 4, but just be careful, there's a negative there, so it's actually negative 4. And negative 4 plus 9.5 will be 5.5. So that is the y value for point C. So remember that point C can only be found by using the method of substitution or elimination, since it's finding the POI. So therefore, point C is 8, 5.5. So now that you have point C, and I know it's a seriously long process, this means you can go back and complete the formula for the distance, which is the first thing that you actually wanted. But unfortunately, it wasn't that easy at the start. Again, if we recap these steps, in order to find that point C, you have to do the point of intersection. And in order to do the point of intersection, you needed a linear system, which is 2 equations. So there's a lot of work to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this first step down again so that I can redo it at the bottom. Okay, so come to the bottom here, and we're just going to recopy that. I know that you can't necessarily do that, but you'd have to just rewrite the formula. And now we're good to go with point C. I can erase that question mark and write that point C is 8 and 5.5. So if I do that formula, I'm going to go ahead and subtract my x's. I'm going to start with the 6. So 6 minus 8. Don't forget to square that. Plus, if I started with 6, then that means I start with 1.5. We're going to square all that, and we're going to close and extend that square root bracket. Okay, if we do the work, 6 minus 8 is negative 2. Don't forget to keep the bracket. 1.5 minus 5.5, sorry, is 4, negative 4 squared. Okay, now when you square negative, it becomes positive. This is why it's important to keep the bracket, because if the bracket wasn't there, you wouldn't be doing negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So this gives me the square root of 20. And in this case, since we want a distance, a company is building a road, they most likely want to know what that distance is, and it's 4.5 units. Okay, but remember that 1 unit represents 500 meters. So to find out how much 4.5 units, I think it's kilometers. No, it's meters. 4.5, we have to multiply it times 500. And 4.5 times 500 is 2,250 meters. If you want to convert that even more, it's approximately 2.25 kilometers. So when we're building a road, we're most likely going to be using kilometers as units. The way I did that, I took my comma that was kind of invisible, and I moved it 3 spots to the left, because in 1 kilometer, there is 1,000 meters. Okay, so that's why I moved it 3 spots to the left, because there's 1, 2, 3 zeros to make it a bit quicker. We need a concluding sentence after all of this work. Therefore, the side road should be about, and let's round this to 1 decimal, 2.3 kilometers. I rounded up to a 3 instead of keeping it 2.2 because of the 5. Again, I realize that all of this work takes a lot of time. You probably don't have enough room on your block note to write all of this. So just continue. I hope you continue on a sheet of lined paper or somewhere else. But this will be on OneNote, so if you want to rewrite it on 1 page, you're going to have to practice this. But like I said earlier, different things might be given. You might be given an equation already. So this part here, where you have to find both equations, might already be done for you. So it saves you a little bit of work, but in the process might be a little bit more complicated. So give it a try, see what you can do. And when I get back on Monday, like I said, we'll go through some of it if needed.